Hey everybody, how you doing? Buddy Blackford here with another Photoshop CS6 tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm just going to go over saving a document and how to do it properly, and going over a little bit of stuff about that. That way we're all on the same page and nothing gets corrupted or anything like that. So it's may seem easy, so this tutorial might be pretty short, so we'll see. And let's get on with it. So I've just got this set of layers here, which is a wooden background picture and text on top of it, and I just want to save that. So I'm going to come up here to File, and the first thing I'm going to go to is Save As, and I'm going to navigate to where I want to save my stuff, and I should probably make a new folder called Photoshop, if I can spell Photoshop Documents or something like that. You want to make sure that all your stuff is organized, and I'll just save this as get some. Now I just type in my file name. Now you can change the different types of format that you have here. Now Photoshop gives you tons of formats that you can use. We've got Photoshop document, which will open up this entire document inside of Photoshop so you can work on it again, and that is a PSD. We've got large document format, which is a PSB, which is pretty much do the same thing. Then we've got all these other kinds, and I encourage you to just do a Google search on different image formats so you can become more familiar with these different formats. Now I'm just going to teach Photoshop in these tutorials, so I'm not going to really go over too much about the different image formats, because honestly you might not even use all of them. The main ones that you do probably use though are the JPEG right here, the PNG, and I use Targas when I'm using video, and then there's TIFF here, and TIFF is pretty useful with Photoshop layers. It contains the layers within the actual file format, which is pretty nice. So that we've got all those. I'm going to save this as a Photoshop document, so a PSD, and so I can work on it later. Now we have a few other options down here, so I'll go over these now. As a copy, if I check that, it saves a copy of the file while keeping the current file on your desktop. The alpha channels saves or removes alpha channels from the image. Layers maintains all your layers, so all the stuff over here on the right. And pretty much if it's unchecked or you can't click it, then that means either all your layers are flattened or you just have one layer or something like that. So that's that. If you have notes created within your Photoshop document, you can click on the notes to save the notes with them. And the spot colors, it saves or removes the spot channel information for the image, and I'll have to go over that later with you guys. I've noticed that when I'm going over these different basic panels that we need to use, they have a lot of advanced checkboxes or drop-down menus and stuff like that. So just bear with as we go through, and just keep pretty much the important information. Like basically we're just going over how to save. So keep the important information in the back of your head, or in the front, and then in the back of your brain keep like not as important information yet in like the back of your head. So just a little advice there, I guess, on how to like use these tutorials a little properly. So we've got our color profile down here, and I haven't gone over these yet. When I was making my After Effects tutorials, I almost ended with these ones. Color profiles, they're pretty they're kind of advanced, so we'll be getting into those later in the tutorials, like way later probably. So then down here we've got an option to save a thumbnail, which is checked, and I can't uncheck it. So that's you can set up a preference where you're able to uncheck or check this, and I'll have to show you guys that later on. And use lowercase extension just makes the file extension lowercase, so .psd won't be in capital letters, it'll be in lowercase letters. I mean, not why that's such a huge deal, but maybe some people really care about that. Who knows? So then when you have all your stuff checked, just click save, and then Photoshop will go ahead and save this for you. And we've got the maximize compatibility that shows up here. This shows up when you save as a PSD or PSB, and this allows you to use this with maximum compatibility in other programs, such as maybe you want to bring it into Adobe Illustrator or Adobe After Effects or something like that. It's going to maximize the compatibility with those programs. So that's really nice, and you pretty much always want to have that checked. You can check don't show again. That's how often you want to have maximize compatibility checked. So just hit OK, and there, you're properly saved now. So that's how you properly save. Took 6 minutes to explain it, but that's fine. So I will see you guys in the next tutorial, where looks like we can start getting a little bit more. We're gonna keep going into the different panels and stuff like that, and how to use Photoshop a little better. But soon enough, we'll be getting into actually working with photos and images and design and everything. Just got to know the basics first and how to use the interface. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.